But whenever the defilements come into play, the defilements, we have so many of our personal defilements, but the basic three are anger, greed, and delusion. We have so many thoughts, self-motivating thoughts, thoughts that are directed toward ourselves. The stronger these thoughts get, the more difficult it is to create thoughts of sympathetic thoughts towards others. So perhaps to illustrate this, if we have two good friends and a fight breaks out between our friends and we choose a side, one over the other, the opposing side will be hurt. So this is, many things in Buddhist practice is to counter something. It's to counter something. For example, the 5 precepts I touched on, they're to counter certain other things. Anger, greed, and delusion. Why are people killing? Because of anger and greed. We see in the news daily about, someone stole someone's $2, killed them straight away. The killing is because of greed. So we keep these precepts to counter this greed, counter this anger, counter this delusion. And also in these Brahma Viharas, these are, metta is the opposite of anger. So we're leaving anger, we're developing metta, positive feeling. We're leaving the negative, and not just being static or stationary, but we're stopping one and beginning with another practice, a positive practice. So this metta and karuna, mudita, they are all countering something negative, a positive response to a negative input. The last of the Brahma Vihara is equanimity. Many people cannot understand why we have to have equanimity. Equanimity does not seem to be positive to them. But in the whole scenario, whenever we pull back and see the big picture, there is the working of karma. All of us are born of our karma, heir of our karma, related to our karma, dependent on our karma. There are certain things that will take place that we have no say-so whatsoever. So to counter negative feelings in response to such negative input, we need to have ubeka, equanimity. That means we're not moved one way or the other. Because it's very difficult, especially now in this information age where everything is so instantaneous. We watch something in the news and immediately we feel some anger. Someone is mistreating a kitty. Someone is doing some evil deed. Immediately, anger is right there in our mind. We can feel it. It becomes very tangible for us. So those things that we have no say-so whatsoever, we must create these feelings of equanimity. Otherwise, we are, and many religions, they teach this cyclical type of dance, we can say. Just around and around and around. Many things, they can be that way. They go up and they come down. They go up and they come down, or they go around and around. So we need these 4 Brahma Viharas, these 4 sublime abidings, as an appropriate view, not only in our immediate life, but also in a world situation and how we see things. Because it's not always clear-cut. Whenever we use our weapons and our ammunition and to suppress those people, we're getting what we want. So how is that not good? You see? But by doing so, it will create another situation. I don't want to get too political today, so I'll just say that much. I'll leave it up to you and your imagination to try to work this scenario out in your mind. So the Buddha taught these 5 precepts, way to be a good person, and the 4 Brahma Viharas as a way not to only develop our spiritual life, but also in a general world view, how we should deal with others, how we should behave with others. Whenever these defilements come into mind, it's so difficult to see things clearly. You know, a wrong action seems to be correct. That's right. But actually, it's not. That's not the situation. That's not the way it is. Each action has a reaction. Each action will lead us somewhere, either to a positive result or to a negative result. So this is why we need to from this day forward, to understand how negative our minds can be, the untrained mind can be, and how to implement these teachings of the Buddha in our daily life, and how to develop them even further. But in the Brahma Vihara, there is a way, we have from the minute to the boundless. Because the flyer that some of you got, they talk about the jhanas, the absorptions. These are the high, very deep states of meditation that people experience. And this is how we develop the Brahma Vihara boundlessly. There is no end to the friendship, unconditional friendship, to the compassion, to the sympathetic joy, and to the equanimity.